All right, how is everybody doing out there today? Y'all having a great day? I hope you are. Well, it's been another weekend and a holiday weekend to boot. So I hope you all went to your loved ones' grave sites and spent some quality time and just looking over everything. But anyway, let's get on to a different subject, shall we? It's been a while since I really has been diving into making a whole lot of content, and well, that's going to change in due time. We're going to slowly get back into the habit of doing everything back to normal. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going to be back to normal. I'm still going to be doing things that are going to be a little different because things have changed in my world. But we all know how that is, don't we? Life is always changing and rearranging your perspective. That's why you got to take each day as it comes, stay strong, and handle each situation appropriately. Now, don't let everybody get into your ear and tell you you should be doing this, you should be doing that, blah, 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 blah. You got to do things the way you see fit. I'm also trying to break in a new headset here, so if there's any problems with like delays or whatnot, send me an, oh, excuse me, send me an IM in World or hit me up in Discord or, well, not Discord, but because I'm not in there right now, or send me up on the channel chat. Now, for those of y'all that might be new to Second Life, or the channel for that matter, welcome to Jack's World. Here you will be finding all kinds of interesting stuff. That's true that I have taken a little bit of a hiatus due to real life situations. But everything's starting to slow down now, and we're, like I said in the opening, going to get back to normal. I'm still thinking about doing a couple of exploring videos later on today. Those will not be live, at least not for a while, because you really had no idea what you're going to encounter. Sometimes you might be walking around somebody with hardly wearing anything on, or they might be cussing in the background or whatever. It's just a bit too risky. You know what? It's a shame that Carlos is not around. I would have some fun picking on her today. She must be hiding. For those of y'all that might be tuned in a bit later on and you're brand new, welcome. And don't forget, if you got anything you want me to go out and explore, send me a notice in World or hit me up with an IM or just say something in chat. We will and can set up little places to explore and expand your mind. You know, Second Life is a great place to do such things. It really is. But I'm also starting to see, well, I've been seeing it for years, but it's getting a little bit worse here lately. How Second Life is starting to mirror the real world. We don't really want that, at least not from my point of view. You know, this is a social platform. This is a place where you're supposed to be able to get away from your everyday stresses and just relax in a fantasy type setting. And one of these days, it won't be long, people are going to wake up and see the world for what it really is. And there's a lot of chaos going on out there. A lot of chaos. And that's me putting it politely. You got so many people trying to find their way, but in doing so, they end up doing things that are just going to end up hurting them more in the long run. And when you're talking about any fictional world like Second Life, where you can basically create anything and everything that you can imagine, you got to be even more careful. Because if you're not, you're going to end up getting trapped in some scenarios that you didn't really bargain for. Now, I've had a few requests for a couple of topics But then I'm toying around with the idea of going live about once a week to discuss these topics that people want me to talk about. Now, the one person that's been asking me to talk about a few things, I'm sure will come back around. Just need to hammer out a few details. Now, I'm also back into writing and I'm working on some new scripts. If y'all want to participate in World on and doing that, just let me know. It can be a fun thing for you. It'll definitely be a fun thing for me if you want to do it. And who knows, you might actually meet some very interesting people. So, on that little note, comment below if you are watching this later on in the replay or when you pop in live. What is the most exciting thing you've done in Second Life in the last 3 months? You know, a lot of people, they spend their time, from what I've noticed, at least YouTube Second Lifers. They're doing these little shopping videos or decorating videos instead of really trying to dive into their character and letting the world know about their character. Then they wonder why. Then some people wonder why they get into so much drama. It's kind of funny, you know, when you actually think about it. It really is. I mean, do we not come in here to experience things in a different way? How are you going to ever really embrace an exploration of your mind as well as what's out there in Second Life if you never leave your parcel? Hmm? If you never go out to a club, if you're spending all your time decorating and doing it, that's fine. If that's what you enjoy, nothing wrong with that. Or going to shopping and hitting the 50 London sales and all that, there's nothing wrong with any of that. But you need to get out and do more things other than that. Build a community. Become part of communities that are already established. And yeah, I got a little bit of a hangover. I'm also dealing with a bit of a cold, so if I'm not really sounding all that clearly, I apologize. Excuse me. But you know, oh man, that just pops in my head. I got to thinking about the other day, and I was sitting watching my neighborhood. I'm watching how people walk and they talk and just go about their lives. And it's really, that's what really struck me in how Second Life is starting to mirror our reality. Because we're doing the same things in a virtual setting that you're doing in the real. You're not hardly talking to anybody. You're not daring yourself to get out there and express yourself. You know, not everybody's going to like what you have to say. They're not everyone's going to like your opinions. I know they might actually have problems with other things. Then you've got the majority. They're a small majority in their little cliques that like to body shame. Now, for a while back in the day, back in the early years of Second Life, that was a really bad thing. I think to a certain degree it still goes on, but not very many people talk about it. You know, I was talking to somebody not too long ago. They were going through a hard time in their real, so they were trying to get into Second Life to get a break, but all they found was drama. You know, it doesn't really matter who's doing who's partner to who, whatever. Now I got news for you. Okay, now this is just my perspective on that. You can partner somebody. That doesn't mean that you're really married to them because let's think. I mean, let's really look at this from a fantasy type perspective. Partnering means you're doing things together. Maybe you're running a business or what have you, and they charge you 20 linden if you were to unpartner, which is kind of funny. It's like but people in here, I've noticed for years now, they really have taken that whole partner thing to trying to be like a real marriage. It's not like a real marriage. It's something completely different, in my opinion. I mean, you can have any type of fantasy role play in here you want. You can have children. You can build a family, whatever. But when you want to separate reality from fiction, pay attention to the labels. I really think about this for a moment. Pay attention to the labels. What does Res Day mean to you? Well, to a lot of people, they think it's a birthday. To me, it's a creation day, and it can be interpreted as being as a birthday, I guess, if you really want to dive into that aspect. But and to me, it's just another day. Now, on that note, I will say this. Just the other day, the YouTube channel of ours, Jack's World, had a birthday. 4 years and going strong. Well, maybe 5 years now. Um, it's had its ups and downs and twists and turns. And when you all tune in later on, make sure you hit that like button if you like the content that I create, and if you like the fact that I speak my mind about anything and everything. I mean, some days it'll be completely off the wall. It'll be times where it's based on nothing but Second Life. Then there'll be times where it's based on just whatever's in my mind. I mean, plain and simple. That's just how I roll. I have no problem with exposing you to Jack's mind and what makes him tick. Alrighty, well, my little deviants or friends, well, I gotta get out of my habit of saying that again. I'm gonna be honest with you. Things in the real have kind of shook me down to my core, and it's kind of made me slip back into some old habits. They're not going to stick around. No, 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 no. I'm too mentally strong for that. So on a closing note, hope you all have a great day and enjoying your holiday. When you come in, make sure you subscribe, like, leave comments, and keep it wild, babies. Enjoy your rest of your holiday. See you next time. Oh, yeah.